I'm Sheldon Baker, editor for Innovision Health Media. Recently, I had the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Jeffrey Bland on Healthy Bytes. Dr. Bland is founder and president of the Personalized Lifestyle Medicine Institute, as well as president of Big Bold Health. Here's part one of my discussion with the man known as the father of functional medicine. Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Baker, host of Healthy Bytes. My guest today is Dr. Jeffrey Bland. He's the founder and president of the Personalized Lifestyle Medicine Institute, also known as PLMI, and president of Big Bold Health. He is a highly respected thought leader and has spent more than 4 decades focused on the improvement of human health. He is known worldwide as the founder of the functional medicine movement, which represents his vision for a care model that is grounded in systems biology and informed by research that he has a unique ability to synthesize. His pioneering work has helped create PLMI as well as the Institute for Functional Medicine, which has become the global leader in functional medicine education. And Dr. Bland played a key role in the founding and accreditation of Bastyr University, the first federally accredited university offering undergraduate and graduate degrees in natural medicine in the U.S. In the early 1980s, he was hand-selected by the 2-time Nobel laureate Dr. Linus Pauling to serve as director of nutritional research at the Linus Pauling Institute of Science and Medicine. Dr. Bland, I'm thrilled to have you here on Healthy Bytes today, even if I'm messing up a little bit.
Well, Sheldon, that's no substitute at all for the energy you bring, so thank you.
So over many years, you have established standards for evidence-based dietary supplement formulations, quality ingredient sourcing, and ethical manufacturing process to this day are still in place. As you think back to your work in those areas, what stands out the most?
Yeah, thank you. I think actually, if I was to really try to aggregate this 4 or 5 decades that I've had the privilege of being in this field into a single soundbite, I would say that it is my track record of being able to take some of the contemporary science that was coming out and being able to translate it into products and programs that people could deliver either as health professionals or direct consumers. And so I think that when I look back at the kind of things that I was maybe first to the scene on over those 40 years, as someone said to me recently, they said, Jeff, you're not always right, but you're better than 85% right. So I think I've been pretty good at setting the tone for a lot of other people to follow by my ability to take what's happening in science and translate it into things that can be delivered into consumers or health practitioners, rather than waiting another 10 years until other people made the discovery.
You continue to serve as a dynamic mentor and advisor to a new generation of health and wellness industry leaders. Talk about your role in bringing your experience and knowledge to the industry.
Well, it's very exciting, isn't it, to watch this industry grow up. I mean, when I first started, I came from an academic position. I'd been a professor of chemistry and environmental science for about 12 years. And I made this transition into this industry as a researcher, consultant, and educator, and then later as an owner of companies in the area, which I never would have believed that I would have done in my earlier life. But I think one of the things that I've seen is a really interesting upscaling of how people see the value proposition for not only healthy living, but nutritional products and specific nutrients that relate to this concept of personalized healthcare. And, you know, when I first started talking about personalized healthcare in the early 80s, I had a lot of pushback, people saying, well, that's theoretically interesting, but practically it's never going to happen. You can't scale personalization. It's just going to be too cost inefficient and too ineffective. So, you know, get off your high horse and start talking about the reality that you've got to treat people as parts of communities or as groups. You're not going to be dealing with them as individuals. which, by the way, is the way that our healthcare system is designed around the disease model, which is, to get people funneled into specific diagnoses so that they become part of a group to make it more easy to treat them, rather than maybe treating them as an individual. So I think when I first started down this road, I had this this belief that eventually what would happen is tools would become developed that could allow us to scale personalization in a more effective way. And I believe that I've been fortunate to live through and into the period now where that's actually happening as a consequence of AI, machine learning, wearable devices, biometrics, all sorts of new tools that we didn't have available in 1980 that now become available to really allow scaling and cost effectiveness of personalization. So I'm pretty bullish on the fact that sticking with this model all these 40 years has proven to be where we are heading. Not everybody's got on the wave, so I don't want to overly dramatize the impact, but I think that what we're seeing, and even if you start looking at oncology, the field of cancer therapy, as you know, it used to be very disease-centric. So you would get a specific formula to treat a specific diagnosis of a cancer. And it was, I don't want to overstate it, but it was somewhat formulaic. Now, cancer therapy has become personalized. Now people are not aggregated on the basis of their type of cancer. They're aggregated on the unique genetics of their cancer. And so now it's personalized so that you don't treat to the disease type, you treat to the personal type. And I think that's indicative of the whole field that's changing, and it happens in nutrition and metabolic therapies as well, that we're starting to see that even if you took a condition like insulin resistance, which is very prevalent in our culture, insulin resistance can be broken into many different subtypes of people that show that in their symptoms, but it's caused by different things. So what you want to do is treat the root cause, and you want to personalize the therapy for the cause, not the effect. So that's the basis of the functional medicine model, and I'm very pleased to see that it has grown up and now starting to get sticky and be seen as a way of actually improving patient outcomes.
What role might AI be playing in the overall scheme of things?
Yeah, I think AI is going to play a big role. There's many articles have been published in the traditional medical literature over the last year or so talking about how this is going to improve the efficiency of healthcare. I just wrote an article, actually. The title was Artificial Intelligence versus Artificial Wisdom. And what I was trying to point out is that in medicine, we're going to be able to use the tool of artificial intelligence, because one thing the algorithms that are present in computers can do is remember very well. They remember things probably better than the human mind, but they don't synthesize as well, and they don't relate to the human being in the same way. They don't have the sentient connection in the phraseology and the connection in the empathy, in the way that the information is displayed uniquely to an individual based upon their need and where they are in their own learning curve. So I think that what medicine is going to be, or the whole of healthcare, not just medicine, the whole of healthcare is going to leverage the technology of AI, which allows us to aggregate huge amounts of data rapidly and to remember things that we might have forgotten. But then it will make even more important the personal relationship that the healthcare provider has with their patient and how it's communicated and how it is put into a relational perspective so that it has impact on people making the changes that are necessary to create positive outcomes. So I think in the way that it'll work its way through, as we get more familiar with AI, we're going to see it doesn't get rid of people. It actually enhances their humanism in the relationship in the healthcare system.